Listen up. You think tired is a reason to quit? You think fatigue is some kind of exit sign telling you to tap out? Wrong. Tired is just your mind playing tricks on you, trying to convince you that you've hit your limit when you've barely scratched the surface. I don't stop when I'm tired. I stop when I'm doing. When the work is finished. When the mission is complete. Not when my legs burn. Not when my lungs scream. Not when my brain whispers, just take a break, man. You've earned it. No, you earn nothing by surrendering to weakness. Tired is a goddamn illusion. Your body is built to whine long before you're actually broken. It's wired for survival, not greatness. When your muscles burn and your brain screams for mercy, lab, that's not your limit. That's just the first layer of resistance. The mind will always try to negotiate to convince you that you've given enough. But here's the truth, you've barely tapped into what you're capable of. Pain is just feedback, not a stop sign. The world's hardest individuals aren't immune to exhaustion. They just refuse to let it dictate their actions. They understand that fatigue is a liar, lab, a weak attempt by the body to preserve comfort. Push past it, and you'll find another gear, another level of grit you didn't know existed. That's where real growth happens, not in the easy moments, but in the ones where every cell in you begs to quit, and you keep going anyway. Weakness doesn't get a say in this fight. When you commit to something, you see it through. No excuses, no shortcuts, no surrender. Don't isn't a feeling, it's a fact. It's the objective, the only acceptable outcome. You don't quit because your lungs are on fire or your legs feel like lead. You don't walk away because it got hard. That's when the real work begins. The world is full of people who stop at the first sign of struggle, who mistake discomfort for impossibility. But you're different. You operate on a different standard. You don't measure effort by how tired you are. You measure it by whether the job is finished. Until then, you grind. You adapt. You refuse to let temporary pain override permanent discipline. Because when you're truly done, you'll know, not because you're out of gas, but because there's nothing left to give. This is where the separation happens, where ordinary people tap out and warriors are forged. Greatness isn't born in comfort zones or easy victories. It's carved from the moments when every fiber of your being screams to quit, but you choose to continue. The most extraordinary feats in human history weren't accomplished by those who stopped at reasonable limits, but by those who redefined what was possible through sheer force of will. When you push beyond what you thought was your breaking point, you discover reservoirs of strength you never knew existed. This is the arena where true champions are made, not when the crowd is cheering, but when you're alone in the dark, battered and exhausted, yet still finding a way to take one more step. These are the moments that shape legends, the crucible that transforms potential into power. So here's the question you need to ask yourself right now. What are you made of? Are you the kind of person who folds when it gets hard? Who listens to the whispers of doubt and calls it wisdom? Or are you the kind of warrior who stares exhaustion in the face and says, not today, this isn't about motivation. Motivation fades. This is about deciding, right here, right now, that you don't operate on feelings. You operate on standards. That you don't stop when you're tired. You stop when you're doughy. The world doesn't remember the comfortable. It remembers the relentless. The ones who refuse to quit. The ones who took pain as a challenge, not an excuse. So get up. Dig deeper than you ever have. And when that voice in your head tells you to stop, you tell it, I'm not finished. Now go to war.